it's stressing, it's depressing, and just plain pressing me past my limits. Pictures and drafts, and so much trash. There's one thing I got to do. I'm fracking the whore, fracking the whore, listing more crap in my eBay store. Cause I'm fracking the whore, fracking the whore, from the death piling off floor.
Irish. See? Irish. She's Irish. It's just Stoke coffee. We're too old to be day drinking. Sorry, everybody. Sorry to let you down. I'm a fairly sober leprechaun these days. But welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Josh, I see Josh was early in the chat today and wants to jump in. I do not have this set up for, I was just taking too long to get here to try to find it. I'm going to see if I can figure it out. So if John's there and he can tell me how to do that.
How do,
That would be cool. Look at that.
Oh, do we have to, set the video to allow people to join?
So you see how that we're like this big? You have to make a scene. I have to make a scene, where I'm like smaller, and then I have to add in the other person and then be able to provide them a link to click on to pop into that box. I've never even seen like the behind the scenes of this program. Because we use that other program.
Yeah, right. We haven't
when we had guests.
We haven't done
Thank you.
any guests since we started using this one, right? Okay, tiny dog.
My Josh, I'm trying to figure out if I can do that. Back to the top. Biff Buffalo's checking out a lot, man, from California. Over the weekend, I've been able to send offers with the app. And the first time probably in over a year. Well, that is cause for celebration. I was having to open a browser on my phone. Interesting, a workaround for the problems. For the send offers problems. That's interesting. Send offers from the app. I don't use the app to do anything. You use it to list.
I've used the app to send offers, but that's on our newest store,
yes, that's true. I do. Every once in a while, when you have to click on it and then you get 5 items to send offer all at once, and then it does it. Yeah, ours has never not worked. I just don't use it very often.
Huh.
We're here. It's St. Patrick's Day. Aloha to
everyone.
everybody. Whoops.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
We know where none of you
Jackie's
are right
here.
now. I'll bet you $100 nobody's drinking green beer right this second like we might have used to done in the olden days. But if you are, who are you? Let me know so we can speak your name. Because I was just thinking to my day, when we watched Bill Barr's comedian words over the weekend, what do we call those? Netflix, Bill Barr, comedian. And he said funny things, blah, blah, blah. He says funny things. But the funniest thing he said was something about drinking alcohol. And he's like, no hangover. Okay. Like at 55 years old, something better than having a good time partying is getting 8 hours of sleep. It's better than partying. Thank you.
Josh was saying, okay, no worries. We can do it on another show. That will give you some time. How about Wednesday?
Yeah. You want to do it on Wednesday, Josh?
Can you do it Wednesday,
We'll touch
Josh?
base. If you're available, I will figure out how to do that by then.
John was saying OBS Studio. You need OBS Ninja and link the video from there to OBS.
Oh, you got to have the Ninja thing set up. I've used Ninja before.
We'll get that set up, Josh.
Okay. Thank you, John, for that. So I don't have to search around for that. But yes, I do use OBS. Yes, I have used Ninja before. In fact, that's what we used to use on the other one. Because I came from... Where did I come from? It's just like OBS, but it's slightly different. We call it Streamlabs Desktop. And I had to use Ninja. Video Ninja. Some sort of Ninja. The Ninja part is where they somehow upload your dude from wherever, and he goes to somewhere Ninja-y. And then you download dude to your thing, Ninja. And then from your thing, then it goes out over the air. Also Ninja. Thank you. Super Ninja. And thank you. I recognize that. Aloha and Faith Vigora.
Huh?
Faith Vigora. That's like Irish for Zuta lore. It's sort of a Zuta lore, but it's Irish. Huh. It's like, damn it. Like bearded damn it. That's what. But I think it's more of an exclamation, but it could be used for celebratory reasons, like Faith Bigora, her to here to her blarney, kiss the blarney. Am I culturally appropriating leprechauns? I can't.
Nice to see you, Jackie.
She's 95%. She sent off the spit in the jar. 95%. There's nobody Irisher than her, even in Ireland. Thank you.
Now, it has been watered down a little bit now that more people are.
We stood in line
samples.
to give away our inalienable DNA rights, and we had to be the first people. And when you sent it in and you were the first people, you got no matches.
Right.
You were just like, thanks for your spit. And then eventually, at very first, you were 98% Irish. And then I think now you topped out at about 85%. But good job anyway.
Oh, wow, you're patting me.
You're Irish land. Broke my chair. That's why I'm sitting a little higher, because I'm sitting in a regular chair today instead of my super my Herman Miller something aluminum group chair thing. Anyway, broke it. It's pretty typical. Mm-hmm. I'm the ruiner of chairs.
It's lasted a while.
It has, and I had it. My friend across the street is awesome welder, and he welded it to get it super strength. Busted right through that weld. I have a hyperactive leg.
It took a while, though. It took several years.
Years. We had it done during the pandemic.
Yeah. We got it as a Facebook Marketplace purchase.
I weighed over 400 pounds at that point. I mean, I'm still quite robust. But
400?
But I'm nowhere close. Yeah, I'm like 75 pounds less than I was at the beginning of the pandemic. And then I had the leg. I have the leg. It's not restless leg syndrome. It's hyper leg syndrome. It's just like a jackhammer. So it just like on the edge of the chair, just like constantly flexing it until the chair just gives out and crumbles.
Candy L has presents for us again.
What?
You're too cute.
Today?
Yeah.
Are they there?
Actually, they're probably here because Bart already came. USPS.
Yeah, it says scheduled for arrival sometime today. Have a great show.
Let me go see.
Thank you. Wait, we could check before you go because I don't know. Did he come yet?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
I saw him come.
It might be here. Oh my goodness, what could it be? I love presents.
That's so sweet.
Presents are kind of the coolest thing ever, don't you think? You know what's really cool? Presents that you're not even expecting. Those are the coolest. It's magically delicious. Oh yeah, here we go. Hey, Augusto saying howdy, Roha. That's right there. Lag says, if anyone asks, I was with you guys yesterday around 2-ish. Yeah, Lag was here. If anybody asks. No one's going to ask. Who'd ask that? Uh-oh, Lag. Somebody's at the door. It's whatchamacallit. It's Law and Order from 20 years ago. The guy, you know, the old guy, Lenny? Lenny's at the door right now, looking for you. Jovial, oh boy, a special treat, a Canadian leprechaun today. I'm not. Who's Canadian? Are leprechauns like nationalists? Can you be a leprechaun? I mean, I understand the Irish DNA must be like part goat, part really small gnome, part human. I don't really know what a leprechaun is. But are they Irish specific? They're Irish by heredity, but do they have to live in Ireland? Oh. Can they be an expat leprechaun? They're not there.
No.
Okay, we do not have arrival of the packages.
Bart did come.
So they may not show up today. There's been a real big. Let's talk about eBay really quick. Couple of things. Moved the money today from my account to. We're a little bit behind too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it back into the socket. But I looked at the money today. Gonna transfer it instantly. Instantly, it costs $2.
Yeah.
It looks like they're giving you 4 freebies. Everybody go rush out and send all your money to your bank account right now for free. Because it's free. It looked like you got about 4 freebies. We got 4 freebies. Let me just speak for us. We have 4 freebies between now and May 11th to send money from our account to our bank account for free, not getting the $2 charge. That's a savings of $8 according to my superior brain.
Speaking of that, doing daily payouts or instant transfers or whatever the
Instant transfer is the problem.
Whatever the
daily payouts, okay, because they'll send it the next day.
Okay. But I am curious. I know we've brought it up before, and just how people hear, how do they handle it? Is it weekly, monthly, daily?
Payouts?
Because I have read a lot of comments in the groups that I'm in about eBay doing something like weird, and now they can't get their money.
Purple horseshoes,
and there was somebody that had over $10,000 of sales that they only get cashed out once a month, and they were saying how eBay put a restriction on their account. Now they can't even get their $10,000, and somebody was like, that is why I do cash payouts every single day.
I'm a paranoid individual myself.
I don't want eBay to have my money any longer than necessary, so every day I'm doing payouts.
I also like my money, and so I like to count it and put it in the swimming pool, swim around in it. And yeah, so I get a daily payout, but you don't always want to get the charge of the money. But if you absolutely many times last year we had over didn't we have $600? Something insane like $600 of daily payouts.
Fees.
How many days would that be? Because it could have been up to $15 then. They changed it now to it's only $2. And obviously they're trying to get people to utilize it a little bit, I guess. I don't know why. Why don't they want to hold your money? But anyway, we utilize it in situations where we need our money faster. We need it immediately. So right now they're giving you a couple freebies on that, so you can try to.
They want to get people hooked.
And as so far, the most responsible earnestness of flipping ain't easy. They're like, we get our paychecks every week. It comes on Tuesday. They're like, I mean, I don't know if that's like, it is structure.
Yeah.
But it's like a cool structure that I wish I could get onto that level where I'm just I can be patient and wait for my paycheck like it was a real paycheck. But I've lived my entire adult life not getting a paycheck and like tracking people down and getting paid in cash, and like I'm a salesman, so I want my money.
And so yeah.
In fact, all y'all, where's my money? I don't mind collecting. I don't have any shame about asking people for money. I'm always nice about it. Usually. Have I ever been mean about it? I've threatened people. Yeah, give me my money. I mean, I've threatened people in a legal sense. But I've never. In general, sometimes you gotta, even with your friends, you gotta be a little bit like, hey, how you doing? Remember when I did that thing for you and you give me the money? And then they're like, oh sure, totally forgot. But I'm the guy who asks for it.
So where are you in comments?
I don't have no idea. Where am I? Are you sure there was no liquor in here? Jeez, out of my mind. We did have a lot of coffee today. So.
Yeah. I see WTF got a sale.
That's
Good.
right.
Glad. Callie Debs, top of the morning to you.
Here, let's relive the moment when WTF got that sale. Thank you. Nice. Nicely done.
Can you do a leprechaun?
Hey to hi to ho to ho blarney here to to to. And then there's hey there dum dum. He's not really a leprechaun, but he's the space leprechaun of the Flintstones. And his name was
I don't know.
I forget right now. Mr. Magoo, something like that. Tattoo Zappo, something. It's close to that.
Oh.
I'm here for the green beer. All aboard! All aboard the paddy wagon. First stop, green beer. Second stop, the pokey. Pokey? That's you. That's right. I'm talking about all the drunks tonight. They're going to be in the pokey. It's spelled differently, I think. But another pokey that I haven't thought about in a long time. Paul Rose, aloha, to be
Hey,
sure,
Paul!
to be sure.
More cool pictures this morning.
Always at the pictures, such cute pictures of, it's really pretty fantastic when somebody shares their personal pictures and you can really get to know them.
And not
get to know them.
Not everyone is.
I make up the stories.
Not everyone, grew up taking pictures of great moments in life for memories and stuff. And
I had my aunt.
I don't really have any.
No,
except what my best friend and I, we would take pictures, but other than that,
but didn't
my
your
high
dad
school friend,
accidentally like burn them or something up your pictures once? When he
yeah,
was mad?
yeah.
People do stuff and it's like, oh, whoops, probably shouldn't.
And
have
then my
burned all the
grandparents
pictures.
had some pictures, but not a lot of pictures that mark certain like fun events and stuff. And Paul has
like,
so many.
You
It
have
makes
like
me
Christmas.
jealous.
Everything's like you through the ages, but it's all at Christmas. The pictures
Sure.
that you have from your grandparents. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aloha, Carla.
You know what that reminds me of when I say, am I right?
Kimo, Kimo, baby, it's kicking sucker.
Am I right?
Mike G. Aloha, Mike G.
Guten Tag, Carla. Aloha to you guys. Ayo was fracking the horde last night. Paid her. Uh-oh. Womp, womp, womp. But also...
Flag.
Dang, I wish I could do that so quick, Josh, and just... yes, definitely.
I wonder if they'll be recording.
I'm gonna jump just to get ahead. New shirt alert, Primo. Nah, this is an old one. In fact, this one is so old, it's technically old. I mean, I don't know the last time I wore it on this show, but it's. Does it say? No, it doesn't. But
It's on the back.
The back does say Primo, Kimo.
It's
It's faded.
Yeah, it's very, no, actually, you can see a little bit. It says the best kind, bruh.
The best kind bra. Because it's actually beer from Hawaii, so it's the best kind brew. But I changed to bra, which is like Hawaiian for dude. Me.
Biff was
Trying to
saying.
be super quiet.
Biff is saying 30 years ago, I'd already be at the pub. Yeah,
I know, seriously, that's it, Biff. Not only would you have been
Junk
30 years
trainer,
ago. Wait, what time is
aloha.
it right now? So it's about 11:20. I'm trying to think of when was the last time I went down to North Street here in Burlington to the old North Ender, the bar that opens at 6 o'clock in the morning. When I first moved to town here 30 years ago, over 30 years ago, but yes, they had the green beer came at 6 o'clock in the morning from Baker's Distributors. In the bar, E-Sox. I'll just name some. Just name drop some awesome bars you've never heard of. E-Sox, Old North Ender, others.
The other place.
The other place. These are like all bars that they were leftover relics from the alcohol days of yore, but they still were the ones that still open up. There's one bar left that opens at 6:30. The Old North Ender still does.
Wow.
But I don't think they have green beer anymore.
I don't know.
It's cool though when you pee green onto the white snow.
Pea green.
I mean, I don't know if that happens. I can't remember. Last time I had green beer was the last time I had green beer.
I
I'll tell you
honestly
that.
don't
Thank
know
you.
if I've ever had green beer.
I had it once.
I don't think I have.
I thought it was spinach.
If I have, I don't remember.
I thought it was spinach. Jug trader.
Aloha! Paul was saying it would have only been 15 years ago for him.
I mean, but the thing here, you're just, St. Patty's Day is like very, it's almost wholesome there in England. It's almost like, it's part of your family. Here they got to get all half-cocked and green beard, and it's not appropriate.
Well, we are a big
People die.
college town,
Yes.
though.
Yeah.
Granted, college kids, they aren't really of drinking age, legal drinking age until senior year?
Oh, right. It was 18 here. That's right.
Huh?
It was drinking here. So I'm 55. If I was here when I was 21, when I was 18, I could drink here because the drinking age from 55 was 18 and they changed it the next year.
John Trader, she's saying, I'd give up all my partying years to get a decent night's sleep now. No joke. You know what? I do not get a decent night's sleep ever either. But I think I would still keep all my partying years.
Try lorazepam. I'm serious. Don't leave home without it. If you have a hard time sleeping, don't be a chump. It depends on how old you are. I mean, if you're like in your 50s, don't be a chump. Take a pill.
Yeah. Or there's like, what is that, melatonin or something? If you want to
take a real pill.
A little more natural.
You want to sleep? You want to sleep all night long and pee your pants because you're sleeping so well you don't even get. I'm kidding. I just want to.
But I totally agree with you. I cannot
take a
even
pill.
think. I have not had a good night's sleep.
Take a pill.
We're going all the way back to 2017.
You've taken one of my pills and you had a good night's sleep.
2017.
Now the good night when she sleeps with Prince Valium, she does okay. That's a line. That's a line from Beetlejuice. I'm full of them today. But lorazepam, the tiniest one. I shouldn't say. I don't know. So I guess some
take
people
them on the plate, but we go to the plate.
Yes, and she can't even function.
If I take 2, I can't function.
I think they are kind of habit forming, but I've taken them for like 20 years.
They are a narcotic.
But I take the same amount. Like it doesn't increase, and the problem is if you ramp up the amount. And you just take one. If you're really having a stressful day,
I have
you go to sleep.
I have something in my
You wake up in the middle of the night, usually because you do have to pee.
Otherwise,
you'd sleep right through.
Doug and Ro, aloha, you guys. We are listening, but on the road today, driving down to San Diego to get my Century Pass renewed. It's like the Nexus Pass between Canada and the
Century
U.S.
Pass renewed.
But we're listening.
It's like the Nexus Pass between Canada and the U.S. We're listening, but we're on the road.
I hope
again.
everyone saw
That's for my singing.
Doug and Ro's video that they put out on Friday night. It was a pre-recorded video of them.
It was the best video ever.
Opening 3 packages, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, a year in the waiting. It is the major win. Box opening extravaganza. Go check it out on their channel. Thank you.
Dendicor, hey, aloha.
Zedekar.
I hope everything's going
that
great.
was Ro. Ro's doing it.
Yeah.
Because
Doug's driving, I'm guessing.
Driving. She's doing it. We're all interfacing across the world. I love it. Mm-hmm. And all on this wonderful,
Amy!
mostly overcast St. Pauli's Grove.
Today's a perfect day for taking photographs.
It is. We had a full, let's go ahead and call it an Irish fog, because is that even a thing? We had a Thule fog today. I mean, like a big, massive fog ball on top of us. So when we walked out today to get to go outside, because we can do that now because it's like 50 degrees, it was all foggy. I took a picture, but I can't show it to you.
Yeah, it was eerie and pretty. It never looks as good in a photo, though.
Amy, I was actually thinking about you today.
Oh, because of the story.
It was actually because of that.
I know, Amy. We were
it's ridiculous.
Right, because I'm thinking of when we first met Amy, and we were talking about cousin Craig, who was in New York City and was on Broadway, and Amy was saying that she was around during that time on Broadway. And anyhow, his cousin passed away from AIDS. And we were watching a documentary today.
The documentary was cool because...
And I totally was thinking of Amy, too.
I know.
In a roundabout way, knowing that...
It's because I haven't thought about Craig for a while.
Yeah.
And then when I thought about Craig, then we thought about Amy, which was a good thing.
And then I was thinking how awesome Amy is and how her... And then I was like, oh, my God. And then her dad went to Woodstock 99. Like, my brain went down this rabbit hole.
But here's the thing of this documentary, which is interesting. It may not be anybody's big deal. But there was another documentary a few years ago that was talking about patient zero for HIV. And they kind of pinned it on this guy from Quebec. A flight attendant. And it all made sense in the general sense that it made sense and everybody was good with it. And then it's a lot of politics and blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line was this guy he really got hammered with it. Like, it was not really fair. And what turned out not to be fair about it is because they called him patient zero. And then they only gave it a 2-year incubation or whatever you call it, gestation, incubation before you're sick. But really, it was 10 years. They found out AIDS. You got AIDS in the 70s when it outbroke in the 80s, and then that's the. If you want to watch that, it's an interesting story about sort of recapturing his name because his name was dragged through the mud. So, and his family still, in mourning. And so he ends up just being another victim. But actually, because he gave of his time and effort while he was really sick, the people who know how to learn things from sick people actually learn stuff. Epidemiologists and stuff. He sort of donated his live self to science.
I didn't.
So he actually did a lot.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I was out in our garage because it's raining and
we decided to watch super depressing documentary.
Leaking into our garage, so I was out there rearranging
instead of listening to the regular news or eBay stuff, and it was actually less depressing than real news or eBay stuff.
I was like, wow, this is helping me focus on doing listings.
I do wish this did have something.
Josh was saying to Doug and Roe, if you ever make it to the Toronto area, I have lots of extra rooms here, and you both are welcome. Aww.
And may I just say that goes for everybody in the chat, right, Josh? Right? Come on, Canadians are nice. Can't say no.
Oh, and they just made a sale. Leave a comment, make a sale. Thanks, Rowan. Dun Decor, he was saying, I had a decent weekend of sales, but crickets today, green Myler light, and corned beef hash for lunch. Yeah.
Actually, that sounds good. Corned beef. That's appropriate.
Our store was out of like the Irish food, so we're wondering if there's one of those pre-made meals from one of our
We're going to have to drive around and find some sort of Irishness because we didn't do anything.
Right now.
I'm trying to, but it looks locked.
Whoa.
Can you see the light? Come on.
Whoa.
That's neat.
Yeah, I never knew that.
I should leave it on because it blinds us. You think that's good?
Now I look even more pale.
Back camera 3.
Whoa! What happened?
Like reset to a brighter future.
Is
the dog any good? No.
Oh.
Is he?
He's not facing the camera.
Oh, yeah, just forget that then.
Jovial is saying...
Back to the words.
Careful in your travels. Oh, Ro and Doug. And then Ro was saying, that's so sweet. We'd love to hang and take you up on the offer. It would be fun.
James Helferstay, who is... first of all, that's a little late on that.
It is I,
There's a little Jamesy.
What's going on, fellow humans?
Did not blow away. Hopefully you guys didn't blow away. There's like 40 deaths in the Midwest from blowing away. And it was in Missouri, and St. Louis was like heavily affected. So James is alive. Have not heard from Ryan. Have we heard from Ryan? Let's see.
No,
yeah,
Ryan's there
here.
He is. Phew.
Thank you, Ryan.
Lag was saying I'm 85% Homo sapien, and that is so funny that it's so funny that he's saying that right now because
me and you saw Homo sapiens too.
I don't know, this morning when I was lying in bed, I was thinking of Homer Simpson and then I was thinking of how I worked at the and managed the t-shirt store, and then I was thinking of how we had a shirt that said Homer Sapien.
Yes, I have that one still.
Do you?
Yeah. I have Homo sapien. I have so many Simpson shirts. My goodness.
My brain just goes down all these weird rabbit holes.
It's been so overproduced. The
WTF
Simpsons,
got
it's not worth money.
Did I already read that one, or did he get another sale?
Let's just say it's another one. Do I think MCM design will peak? Well, I'm glad you brought this up because that's my rant of the day. I don't have a rant song.
Yes.
But let me tell you my rant. Is ADH Dave calling everything MCM. Look at how it's the light's changing. He calls everything MCM. He's like, here's a sewing basket. It's MCM. And I'm like, yeah. My face melts off like Raiders of the Lost Ark. Because it's not. It's mid-century. But it's not mid-century modern. Please.
I know. I hate it when people say MCM all the time. They don't really know the meaning. No. It's very frustrating.
I'm just... Get off my lawn.
It's diluting and making it, and it's making it difficult to actually search for mid-century modern
when you
stuff.
you see a bunch of colonial furniture from the 60s, that's mid-century, yes. Mid-century colonial MCC.
He's always slightly ahead of the curve. And we've been moving into 80s and 90s stuff for the past
Memphis movement.
Yeah, 3-ish years. We've always
a decade.
Sort of like tried to collect
3 years to you. It's a decade.
Well,
us really.
Well, yeah, but
time goes fast while it goes slow. Everything. So we have a 1960s teak, big, nice, stuck to the wall unit thing, and then we have 1980s like natural fabric sofas. Thayer Coggin scallop back sofa modular thing. And then we've got, do we have anything from the 90s really? Because we kind of sold like all of our 50s stuff, and we went into really high design from the 60s. And then we have some high design from the 70s, like that table. We have a bronze table that's made out of bronze, and it weighs maybe like 300 pounds. It's bronze.
And what about this Knoll?
Lag saying.
This Knoll chair.
Which one?
The Knoll.
Canole? The Canole, okay, the Canole is
Memphis
that
type.
is Memphis. So that's 80s. That's strictly Memphis movements, like late 80s, 85 through 89 maybe. Very short period of postmodern awesomeness. And then it just went postmodern, went doofy. It went a little doofy.
Oh, and that mirrored credenza we have in the dining room. That's 80s, right?
We sold our teak credenza so that we could buy a fully mirrored, and like the sides are not mirrored. The actual format is it's like stainless metal, mirrored metal, like highly polished metal, but it's mirrored. But then the doors and the top and everything are glass mirror. So I think that's where we're at right now, is high design from the 80s.
But I do think MCM has peaked or is close to peaking, I think. Do you?
Well, peaking happens when the cool people, the thought leaders, what am I? Tastemaker, yeah. Look at me. Put a T on my back, call me Tastemaker. Probably an M too, right? Tastemaker. But anyway, I think that I don't think absolutely not money-wise, the Eames lounge chairs are going up in value. So nothing's going to change the tippity designer
And
stuff.
part of it too is I think
but
a lot of it has been already scooped up. So that's why we're not seeing it as much anymore for resale.
I'll just leave this word here for a second.
Like,
Who was that? Biff. Who was Erectus? Dennis Erectus, right? KOME, am I right? 80s rock and roll, Bay Area.
Pokey looks disgusted. He's lost his warm seat. No.
Such a bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
Top of the morning to you, Mommy Mia.
Hi, Nan. Yeah, Pokey's really disappointed because he would squeeze himself between Primo's back and the back of Primo's other chair.
My chair is going to
and
the surgery.
he's so cute. He
doesn't
was
know what to
reaching
do.
up to him and like scratching.
This chair I'm
Daddy,
sitting
Daddy.
in doesn't have a back on it. It has like a little scoop. And I can feel his little feet going, where's the place I go? I don't understand. I'm a dog.
Hey, Beard! Bearded Picker driving, so breaking the law.
Breaking the law! Breaking the law!
Nice to see you, Beard.
Den Decor, daily payouts that aren't daily anymore. That's back a little bit. Acceptable rocket, just funny.
Aren't daily payouts. If you're doing payouts, yes. If you were to do an instant transfer, then you pay.
Yeah, that's the difference, Josh. So when you have it send your money, sweep your account every 24 hours, and then it arrives 24 hours later. It could arrive 2 days later, or even up to 3 days later. But when you're doing it every day,
if there's a weekend or a holiday, right?
For sure, if it's a weekend or holiday. But if you do it every day, then on the third day you'll get the 3 days ago, and if you keep doing it every day, you'll just get a payout every single day, and it'll always be there. But if you want your money that's in your account to be there in 30 minutes, that's the instant thing. And again, I think that if I was like a real serious person, I would do it John's way and get my payout once a week and learn to budget and really live within those parameters. And I just don't like to do that.
But I feel like our sales fluctuate so much.
They do.
Too. It's
and my steak needs fluctuate. Like, what do I need to eat today?
Yeah, Paul, sorry. I wonder if our is the speed still not matching with our mouths?
Yeah,
or
see
our
this?
voices?
It won't let me do it. It won't let me.
Sorry, that's really
Oh,
annoying.
wait, I just did it.
Oh, okay. Hopefully that
Did I
will
fix
be
it?
better.
I think it made it worse.
I can't stand watching anything where the mouths don't match the audio.
Don't look. Close your eyes. Hold on. I know what'll help this.
No!
I know what'll help.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody can see me.
No.
Don't look. Don't look. Who's it gonna get? I got
No.
one eye.
Now I'm that wolf man.
I'm one eye.
No?
No? That's not getting us. Huh. Interesting.
No.
It's trying to get me bald. Look. Look, sweetie, look up for a second.
Oh, it's creepy.
Look, it won't hurt. Look,
Stop.
you can see my baldness on the
Stop.
side. I'll go ahead. Bearded pickerkin. I do look like I'm from France. I look like an Easter
Yeah,
egg.
but your head's a little more eggy.
I am from France. So, anyway, we rely on these cheap tricks. Look, is my mouth moving at the right time?
Oh, boy.
So, we're on lowest
Why is that
bit
happening
rate.
lately?
I just can't. I try to control everything in the world, and I just can't do everything.
You remember when WTF used to always joke with us and be like, "You're so unprofessional." We
He's
still
right.
are.
He got sick of saying it.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't even keep up with that crap, these kids. Used to be Saturday daily payment, but that stopped.
Okay.
So you did it once a week. The Great Gazoo. Is that him? Yeah. The Great Gazoo, dum-dums. Hey, dum-dums. He'd always call them dum-dums.
Beard is so funny.
If I wreck this van because your song's full.
Um,
Oh, no. Where's Bearded Guy? Wait. Oh, my gosh. I pressed the wrong button. Oh! Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Did he hopefully Beard didn't just jump out the door.
he left the car just going as he. Joey was saying, imagine the interest eBay gets from the weekly, monthly payout schedule. I know.
Sorry.
If we drink green beer anymore, we now drink Shamrock. Yeah.
Which we haven't gotten one
we
yet.
don't drink green beer.
We're going to go to the Shamrock House.
Yeah, you
today.
can't rely on McDonald's, though, to have their machine working. That's the only
That's
thing.
it. We've gone it not working. And
I
then we
have a
don't.
feeling that the voices are now even worse.
Don't talk about it. And just go like this. If you
Yeah,
just go like
cover
this,
our
and it's just fine. Look right here.
Paul is
Yeah, it's
saying
fine. No
that
problem.
I was in Dublin once for St. Patty's Day back when I had a life.
I was in Triplin once. Am I right? Thank you. Junk Trader, I got off Ambien because I realized I wasn't sleeping. I was sedated. A difference. No big sleep.
Yeah, that is true.
That's true. And this lorazepam is Ativan. So it's a anxiety medication. Short. Super short. Only lasts 4 hours. Half-life 2 hours or something. So it's like an instant. You put it under your tongue and it will like immediately you're like, hey, sing me a story about 9 nights. And you're asleep. Right?
I feel like lorazepam is sort of like that, though.
That's
more,
what I'm saying.
Right.
Not Ambien.
You
I've never
don't-
done Ambien.
Oh, you don't necessarily get a great sleep with lorazepam.
I think it knocks you like in Friday the movie. Knocks you there.
Aloha, Ryan.
It
Nice
knocks you
to
out.
see you. Which we did scroll down and saw you there.
Make sure you hide your mouth in case we're not watching that.
Yeah.
Junk Trader, you have a script for Ativan, teeny tiny pills. And if you've got that and you haven't used it and you want to, I'm a big drug dealer here. Break it in half. The teeny tiny ones are so small. Break that in half. It will still give you the amount of like brain power shut off that you need to get to sleep. And that's what it works for me. It just makes my brain switch off. I mean, not in a terrible way. I don't feel disconnected or anything. I'm just like,
all
I want to go to sleep, and then you do. So your wish becomes the tiny pills command. I think they are they are. It is. So there is a luckily, I can't prescribe anything for people, so I don't have to worry about talking about it. But at the same time, it's a very gentle thing. But at the same time, if you have any problems with increasing medication on accident or on purpose, don't take this because it's good, and therefore you might want more. I never have because I really respect it.
WTF was saying American
We
beer.
shake hands every night.
American beer is like non-alcoholic beer in Germany. It has nothing to
It
do
is.
with beer.
It is.
Paul, if I get a package, I can't wait 3 minutes to open it. How did Doug and Roe resist for a year?
They were so busy.
Although they knew what they were getting in their packages, though.
Yes, they already knew what.
One was the little Star Wars figure we sent them of records from Record Crate. Although he did select the records for them, I believe.
So those were surprises.
Yeah, like
some of them
they
were,
told
probably.
him what they wanted, and then.
Did you see this one, Mike G? Aloha, Mike G.
Oh, good. I never thought of subscribing to Major One. Just did and hit
I'm
the
gonna
like
press
button
the-
because I'm a good viewer who hits the thumbs
I'm gonna
up.
press the button.
Yay! I'm hoping that they'll do more videos, pre-recorded lives, whatever, but pre-recorded might work better for their schedule. So, man, it was so great seeing it.
Josh knows who Gaetan. That's the name of the guy in the movie who was considered patient zero, and he's from Quebec City, Montreal, and or above Montreal, Quebec. Yeah. I mean, it didn't really, but this movie was super good because it reframed the narrative into a point which is true, where this guy wasn't patient zero, but he was the patient that brought it and gave some understanding to it. So he actually ends up being kind of a good character.
He allowed himself to help researchers. They just labeled him like, oh, he's our guy that we all know about. There's others,
Correct.
but he's the one that is coming public to us. And when I was sitting at my desk and I was hearing before I got up and realized our garage was flooding, I heard one woman saying...
the books didn't get wet, right? No books.
Yeah, I heard the
you hear that? Yeah.
one woman saying how they decided they were going to name people, and she was so
that's what got him in trouble.
Kinda. She was like, "Oh my God, they're going to be naming people! Oh no!"
So we shouldn't. I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Go watch it if you want. But the CDC called them numbers. They use numbers when talking seriously about spread. But then somebody came in, and then the New York Post, and then a novel was written with naming names, and then blah blah blah. Anyway, there's just it also has a lot of depressing grossness in it about people and how people react to things. But the bottom line was this guy ended up being actually a help to bring it understanding about it. And in 1996, because of him and because of the understanding about it, they were able to bring up that cocktail that made AIDS not a death sentence. Unfortunately, exactly 1 year after my cousin succumbed to the disease, which, again, didn't happen just 2 years before. It was from 10 years before the exposure. Thank you.
Ryan was saying that he had corned beef a couple of years ago and got really sick and won't eat it again. Yeah,
You're
I
never gonna
probably
eat that
wouldn't
again?
either. I wonder if you just had like a bad
I have a suggestion.
batch or something.
Green pancakes. Might be a substitute. That's worth substituting. I'm not going to eat anything green today. We had those. I got you this. Went into the weird little old bakery and got you the green frosted cookies, and you said they didn't even taste good.
No, they had no taste at all. No, all I could taste was because if I'm eating
Tastes a
sweets,
little bit like
I want to
cigarettes.
taste sugar. It tasted like salt.
Salty cigarettes.
It was very salty.
They have a very special flavor over at this one bakery. It's salty.
There was no
cigarettes.
sweetness at all in.
They don't use
the
sugar.
cookie I ate.
It's just salty cigarettes.
But James is so freaking hilarious. This comment will be read in the future, yet typed in the past. Does that make me a time traveler?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And if you guys have not seen his latest Dolly video,
Dolly.
oh God,
She's a troublemaker.
I love his Dolly videos. They are so great.
Me too.
He does such a perfect voice. And she's so dramatic and she's all like,
And it's a voice in her head too. She's like,
Inner Muggle, stop!
it's hilarious.
Oh, Pokey didn't like me doing that.
Don't do it. Josh is saying, I am working on something that will blow your mind.
Josh!
I'm going to hold my breath.
Wait, Josh. Are you available to come on Wednesday? I don't know if you heard us say that.
Yeah, Josh is booked. You can't say no. You're Canadian. Can't say no. Promise. I'll get it ready for Wednesday. I'll touch base with you in the emails because I do have your email.
Like, that's really weird. I'm wearing that shirt right now. Can you see me?
Yeah. Do any of you have to click on the green cat cookies to get into your eBay account? They changed to green today because of St. Patrick's Day. If you got the cat cupcakes, you got to click on cat cookies. Sometimes they're cupcakey cookies. I don't know. They're treats. They're delicious treats. But they turned green today for St. Patty's.
Huh.
Am I being serious? No one will ever know. Also, mystery. That's really weird. Sure, can you see me? Yep, I can. James says, intriguing. Ooh.
Oh my gosh, Josh! I'm like jumped ahead.
It's been working for
10 decor. My mom is MCM.
My mom is post-war. She's a boomer. That's right, boomer. You heard me. Called you a boomer. Wait. Today was demo day and my mouth dropped when I saw it. Totally next level. I am happy and encouraged. In what? What are you encouraged about? Can you give us an international trade code referring to the niche in which you are referring? Is it like steel? Is it
Are we
I need to know.
drilling holes into the earth?
Jen, aloha, Jen. Good for you. We haven't even started. In fact, we forgot to think about it this weekend because we were gonna.
No, we got wrapped up in other crap. Michelle
we're
Kirkpatrick.
still doing. Can we tell the people what we're doing with the thing?
With what?
Are we able to share what we're doing? The situation that we're dealing with now?
No.
Are we ever?
I don't. No, we're not. No.
Because if anybody's a lawyer in Washington State or has any legal understand, Josh Fagan, but he's not here. I mean, he's New York. Anyway, anybody in Washington State, I'll just put it out there, has any legal understanding Washington State, need to do some legal stuff in Washington State. Have I been clear? Have I been clear enough? Thank you.
Michelle Kirkpatrick, aloha. She's saying that the mid-century modern is still on fire there in Portland.
Yeah. I'm sure on the West Coast it's going to stay there because, like our girl that we watch every day, Jenna Phipps, she does the mid-century house. She just bought one. She's 27 years old. She just wanted a mid-century house that she's restoring from the ground up. And she's putting back in the original fabrics, like vertical wall paneling and stuff. So which shows that the hip youngsters are still into the MCM. And I think MCM architecturally is timeless, even though it came in the 50s.
And it might just be that we're moving beyond MCM. In a way,
I still love mid-century design. It's just that I need to go new places all the time. I'm going to be on the moon soon. I'm going to have to go so far. Okay. Biff had to take a call, so I'm watching at 1.5. It sounds like a Micro Machines commercial. All right. Oh, yeah. Does it sound like I used to practice the guy who talked really fast from the 80s, but I need a script. If you give me a script, I can talk as fast as the guy from the 80s that did like the commercials where he talked really fast. I forget his name. He might not even have a name.
Jen got a sale. Yay!
Yep. Sexy Billy Corgan, as usual. McDonald's Shamrock Shake tastes like toothpaste and chemicals this year. Oh, no. Boo. We haven't had it yet, so we'll get one.
Wonder why.
And then share it.
In comparison to other years, I don't think I've ever had one, so. Silver hair!
I have made you drink Samrock shakes. Anything that's cool, I've made you do at least once. That's a fact.
Yeah. Hawaiian shirts can be rayon. Well, modern ones are. I have some rayon ones.
I think this is a leftover fat guy shirt, is it?
Yeah.
So this is a fat guy shirt. So no, they shouldn't be rayon, but they can be. I'm not like a purist in that. The early ones from the 40s and 50s were silk.
I can't.
And so many of them had like a lay down the front
cotton
or different designs. They weren't
natural
patchwork.
fibers.
They weren't quite patchwork. So silk with metal buttons, then bark cloth with metal buttons, which is cotton. But I think there might have been a silk bark cloth too. That might have been like kind of a crossover fabric.
But a lot of modern ones are.
They're just cotton or rayon. A lot of modern ones are rayon. But I would say if you're trying to be super cool and you're trendy tiki people who are super judgy, don't wear the rayon one. That's because they'll make you drink like a red drink.
But the vintage ones you can't really find in large sizes. So.
They don't make them because they didn't make large people in the olden America.
Yes, like we sleep.
We sleep. We
Sorry,
do.
Does that disappoint you?
Our human size side outweighs our robot side, so we have to sleep more than you do. Lag is learning to love. Joke Trader. I've had a long-standing script of that when I was going through my divorce and was literally a nervous wreck. It will patch to chill my. It was a patch to chill your nerves. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if is it a benzo patch or something?
Amy, she said I'm going to watch it. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Oh yeah, you'll love it.
It was super good. I mean, it's like a weird thing where I don't think everybody's going to be interested in AIDS culture the way that I am because of my experience.
And when we were young, it was, something that everyone was talking about.
Mm-hmm. And it's something super to understand. And in fact, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say this movie gives you, just as an interesting point of view, might be worth it.
Now I need to finish watching it.
I don't want to talk about it. But you will watch it and decide for yourselves. Jovial Juggler. A pineal gland is stimulated. You will sleep better. Well, how do we pinealize ourselves? I want to pineal myself. Is the pineal right here? Is that the pineal? Because there's a baby gland right here, like right here that dies, and it's supposed to give you extra, like boob milk. We got all three things, I think. Colostrum activates this gland right here when you're a baby, and it gives you extra superhuman protections from illnesses. And supposedly, if you believe fake stuff, as you get older, you can go like this and stimulate it every day, and then you'll get superhuman. It'll make the gland grow again. And then if you go zip, if I go like this, zip, I'll take all the healing energy out of you. So this makes you weak. And if I zip you up like this, then you're super strength.
I think that's Canadian. What on earth
I'm
you're
sure
talking
that's all
about.
Canadian, isn't it? It's well-known Canadian stuff. It's your pineal gland. I don't even know if that's...
Mike G got a sale, but it's not because of the thumbs up. He said, I messaged my repeat buyer that I had restocked the game. I'm still waiting for my thumbs up. He really holds us to that.
No, when you messaged him, I got a message. So I took a second out of my busy day, and I messaged your buyer to then go to you. So this was like a manual one. This wasn't like an automatic one. It was manual. So thank you very much. Another sale. I'm going to count that one. Go ahead.
Oh, Ryan was saying that his dad's great aunt lived across the street from Ryan, the young kid that had AIDS.
Oh, the kid,
that
right,
Michael
right.
Jackson
Yes.
Wait, what are you doing?
Right here. I got it. It's right there, too.
Michael Jackson
And it's right
visited.
there.
It was in
And it's right
Russiaville, Indiana,
It's
outside
right there.
of Kokomo. It's the little town my dad is from.
Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, Kokomo.
See, I feel like Biff was saying he once went Whole Foods keto and he started sleeping through the night, and I think that is what I need to do.
I don't think that's wrong.
I think we need to eat better, but also Pokey.
It's a bastard.
I'm super hyper aware of wherever he is during the night, and
Yeah, she'll wake up and then he's like under my butt cheek, and it's like, it's like a 45-pound piece of beef on top of his head at night. He lives, so he seems to live through it.
Yeah.
Usually.
So that's why I was saying 2017 is pretty much when I got my last good night's sleep, because
You didn't sleep good
he
then.
moved in with us in
kidding me?
2018.
No, you were worried about work, and you'd be up all night worrying about work. You're useless.
Yeah.
But let's face it. If you're able to really focus on yourself, and this job does allow you a little bit of time to be able to focus on yourself. If you eat right, if you exercise right, I think everything works out. But since I'm a big fat guy and I don't eat right or exercise right, take a little Razapam, have a good night's sleep. Thank you very much. Thank you. But it's also, we have this great excuse, winter. We have a great excuse up here in Vermont. It's called winter. And it has been 50 degrees for the past 4 days. And we've been outside. But now we got to walk. So now you don't have any more excuses.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Ryan was saying it's pronounced Russiaville, not Russiaville.
Did I say Russia?
I did.
I
said
do not
Russia.
have bumpers on my nose, and now I'm getting congested.
Yeah, why'd you take off your big...
Look, man,
I
you
like
can't.
your nerdy
Again,
tape.
I'm a tastemaker. You can't catch this cloud and pin
I
it
like
down.
the nerd
I
tape.
change all the time. You know me. I just change it all up. Pull the rug out right from underneath me. Can you imagine pulling out the rug from yourself? You would kind of do like a flip. Like if you pulled the rug out, like if the rug came up from behind me and I pulled it really hard, I could probably do like at least half a flip. And then you can call the ambulance after that. Thank you. Silver Hair says a comment to Paul. His noise. Paul, you are okay since you live closer to Ireland than I do. That's a true statement. And I also believe it because Silver Hair was a teacher. Thank you. Paul Rossi, after seeing H.P. Lovecraft from Beyond, I don't want my pineal stimulated anymore. We did watch that Lovecraft thing.
Yeah, that was weird.
It got weird.
Excuse me. Woo.
It got weird, like the Explorers got weird, like the first half of the movie is really cool, and you've got River Phoenix and everyone. It's really cool. It's a cool 80s movie. And then like at the end of the movie, they go into outer space and there's like those weird puppets. That's kind of how I feel about whatchamacallit that I was just talking about. H.P. Lovecraft. That the TV show. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was called From Beyond.
Consumus feculus. Or, what was it?
What?
What was it?
Oh yeah, Consumus feculus.
On Severance. God, I love
Severance.
that show.
Because the guy's getting in trouble. I'm just telling, like, I'm just gonna explain TV to everybody.
No.
No, don't do that.
No.
Okay.
Keep on reading.
Okay.
Are we ever going to talk about eBay?
No. We already did. You get a free. You can move your money for free. What else were we going to talk about eBay? Wasn't there something else that was kind of impressive? Sales have been good. Sales work well. Everything's working well on eBay, except on Friday, we had 1 out of 30 days on our eBay store, 0 sales. First one in a long time. No reason. Just Friday.
James was saying how he had one of his worst, days of memory on what day? Yesterday or? Yeah. He said
we
even
said
at 8:30
yesterday.
p.m. he worked until 8 or 8:30 p.m. and he said
He said he got sort of
Recouped
a little bit, not fully though. Costco has green mustard for their hot dogs today. Beth is jonesing for a look. I bet they don't have that at our. You know what? I just had this great idea. What if we go to Costco and get a big hot dog for dinner, and then it's super cheap and like easy, and we have to drive all around looking for brisket of corn.
Oh yeah, shepherd's pie, Callie Dubs. Yes.
Or that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I love shepherd's pie.
You do.
So this is the second week that they're doing PPP on Wednesday. Because I remember one time
They're supposed to be doing it on Thursday.
Yes, I remember one time we said, "Oh, Beard isn't here because they're not here because they're doing PPP recording." And then John was like, "No, we do it on Thursday."
I know, they said that.
They just I guess it's depending on availability. Wednesdays or Thursdays.
Just can't keep up with those
well,
boys.
gosh dang it, then.
Well, he might have time, but he can't do it. Maybe he might not be able to do it right now, right? At this time. We could do a special thing. We'll work it out.
Oh, yeah, Josh.
We'll work it out.
We'll work it out.
Paul Rose says at least he sounded cool while doing it with Quiet Riot, jumping out of his car. It's compulsory. Like, he doesn't even have control over it. It's almost unfair for me to play that.
Kimo, baby, skinkin'.
Yeah, Biff.
Kimo, baby. Kimo, baby, skinkin' sucker. Yeah, that's right.
Once in a blue moon. Good heavens.
What's the blue moon? That's right, baby boy.
Pokey is so cute.
He loves it when I aloha.
He got activated like we were doing aloha.
Yes, he does.
Biff was saying, so you're on the brass and glass. Brass and glass program.
Yes, in fact, Biff, I'm going to tell you, in 2014, I stopped buying chrome. Do you remember me saying, no more chrome? So I started buying everything in brass, meaning I would, like, I have, you know, the lamp everybody has. I call it a mushroom lamp, but it's, you know, the shade is glass and it looks like a UFO and then it sticks on a pole. And it's
like a tulip base pole.
Yeah,
almost.
tulip base pole. So I started buying all that kind of stuff, which is traditionally everyone in mid-century modern loves chrome. So I just started buying all lamps in brass. If I could find them in brass, I bought them in brass. We still have a few of them, and those things sold at a 2 times premium over the chrome stuff. 10 years ago.
And
so
you remember that wall or I don't know, it was like the
Paul
McCobb thing had brass.
Yep. It was
I had a hard time with it because I wasn't yet into thinking I liked the brass.
Brass is like,
but we sold that a couple years ago.
Brass adds it was whatchamacallit, mahogany. So it looked like piano mahogany, glossy piano mahogany with like slightly distressed brass. So it wasn't shiny brass, it was old brass. Patinaed brass. And it has an Asian-y feel, vaguely Asian-y feel, because brass and dark mahogany were Asian, Japanese probably more than Chinese, but I think Chinese furniture is made out of rosewood and brass, but it doesn't look mid-century.
And
so then if you combine
these chairs right here, these are totally like moonlighting chairs. Those are 80s with
those
sort
are
of
Thayer
like
Coggin too.
The pastelly.
Those are silk. I mean,
yes,
they're pretty trash.
Those are silk. And then we have a crazy mauve. You can't see it. It's behind Primo. A round mauve laminate.
They're just like pedestals.
80s.
And they're just laminated with shiny, and it's mauve. And there was a few of those. Yeah, we've had a lot of stuff. The coolest stuff to really decorate your house with is stuff from department stores. I mean, a lot of that stuff.
But our home is all vintage.
We have nothing new.
No, I mean then actually, well, these IKEA things with all of our records, but
Those are possibly vintage at this point of 20 years. That would mean 2005. I definitely had that in 2005.
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
How did that
those are
work?
vintage IKEA now.
Hmm.
Thank you. And if you look at some of our old videos, you can't see what I'm pointing at, but right next to you, right here, this peninsula chunk right there, we've rearranged these before. So that peninsula chunk,
the thing that Snoop's on.
yeah,
Snoopy's
that used
on.
to be up on top here, and so all that was filled with records too. And then we were like, we want to undo that. I don't know why I'm telling you that. No, nobody cares. But I appreciate that once in a blue moon that you are in Washington State, but you don't do anything legal. Washington State is notoriously bad for owners trying to get out a squatter. That's sort of, without saying what we're dealing with. I kind of think that says what we're dealing with. But if anybody has anything about that, they protect the squatters' rights in Washington State more than the landowners.
Yeah, Washington seems to have a lot of interesting laws. Biff was saying, I was asking about MCM just more from a design, not reselling.
Oh, gotcha.
We definitely we do a blend of stuff.
No, I'm thinking really, really a lot now because I'm going to say it's got to be in the early 60s because they did a lot of crazy stuff in the late 50s, like Cadillacs with the big things. And then they refined it a little bit in the beginning 60s. That pretty much goes across all design industries. So I don't necessarily want to lose all Finn, but some of the 50 stuff was a little over the top for comfort. That's just my thing. But I'm talking about like boomerang sofas. Love all that crap. Love orange, love blue, love the colors spectrum. But I would say 1960 to 1962 had design elements that would they were slightly more sophisticated. And that's what happens. So the more you collect the mid-century stuff, you sophisticate your brain.
What years do you think the MCM spans?
Well, and because I consider myself an expert in the subject, I take it from post-war. It basically can be any time post-war because the manufacturing techniques that made it possible to make this stuff.
Like mid to
45,
late 40s.
45 to I'm going all the way to 89 with this. Possibly, I mean, you could
89.
You could push me to 91 with
I would
Wendell
not go
Castle.
to 89.
Postmodern. I include postmodern in my mid-century modern.
I think
70s. I own
70s
20th
is
century
pushing it.
modern website or name anyway, because I think it should be called 20th century modern.
I would go from 1945 to like 1965.
Absolutely not. No, because the 70s stuff that you
That is not a vibe of mid-century modern.
No, but I'm talking because you're looking. It entered the normal people got all this crap, and it was sold at Walmart and stuff. So it's crapped out. I mean, like the panels that we have in there. We're gonna do our dining room in the glass squares with the gold vein in it. I mean, that's 70s, but the super highest end shit. Excuse me, from the late 60s was like that's the highest. Like Hollywood Regency design had that gold vein glass stuff. So that was really, really high design. So in the 70s, they had really, really high design, still mid-century modern elements. So all of the Herman Miller stuff was still designing stuff into the 70s. And even into the 80s, I get where we're going to have an argument over people don't like to go into the 80s with mid-century modern. But I'm telling you, I go all the way and I include postmodern Memphis movement into mid-century modern. It's called a modern movement, right? Thank you.
Yeah.
But then you could also say Bauhaus was mid-century modern because it kind of was, and that's before the war. So it depends on how you want to really.
Mid-century is literally 50s.
No, that's just mid-century. But then you can go
It's like
out
middle
from that.
age. Middle age is
Median
anywhere from
versus
what?
average. I
Middle
don't know.
age is like 40 to 60 or something. So you're saying that's 20 years.
Oh no, we made lag yawn.
Because I was yawning.
Oh no, you've been. You, they're watching. Their eyes are like a hawk on you, and you're yawning.
Paul was saying that he's in a Metal XS video somewhere being interviewed at a Cinderella concert. I am not surprised. Thankfully, it's only on VHS.
So we gotta find that.
What? You gotta mow the grass?
Gee, you lucky person. Where it's gonna be a little while before I gotta mow the grass, and then when it's time to mow the grass, guess what? I'll make her do it.
We still have dead grass right now.
Lag is inputting. Ryan, vintage clothes are tiny. Saw 3XL shirt measurements and length were almost 6 inches shorter than a normal XL. Now, because guys with bellies back then didn't need like the full like go out this way and then down. They didn't.
Well,
need
women's
the
clothing too. I mean, a
make
women's size
pregnancy.
12 is like a vintage clothing is like a modern day 2. It's ridiculous.
What should we do?
About
Oh,
what?
pineal's in your brain. It's in your brain stem.
Ryan,
You're all pinealed.
thank you.
We know. It's in your forehead, Primo. Gonna knock it
Oh,
around a
look,
few
Daniel
times.
Rao. Wait,
What?
Brandy.
I'm sorry. Okay, sorry guys.
Good
sorry, we're so
heavens.
behind here. Aloha, Steve Dash.
Sorry, and I'm not looking at my phone. Otherwise, I would have seen you guys. Sorry about that.
The pineal gland is like the third eye,
Oh.
like blinded. Third eye blinded. WTF? I see that you had your spiritual awakening this weekend. I think so. That sounds right. Jovial said, didn't realize we were poor until watching the Brady Bunch. I was always fascinated with their staircase, and Alice had it made with that kitchen. And she was a maid. I see what you did there.
Yeah. Hey, clean out deals.
Clean out deals. Aloha to you.
Nice to see you. Does anyone know where to get an Excel type sheet that will add up the deductions for taxes? Ugh. I don't have Microsoft programs on my computer. I watch Just Don't Talk Much. Oh, well, thank you for watching.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your comment. We don't do anything that's awesome like that. Like, we don't have any of our own. I don't know.
Just a really weird random thing I'm going to throw
don't know
out
if
there.
John was sharing something, but it wasn't for this. I'm wondering if other people
Okay.
share that.
I'm just throwing this out there, and it's old news.
What is it?
But we used to watch Daily Refinement all the time,
Yes.
and he had
You did.
something because I used it sort of as a reference
did.
one
I
year.
remember
I
that.
think it was 2-3 years ago, maybe. Daily Refinement had something.
That's back when he was good still. So you could use that, maybe. Maybe we should go look for that.
And it was, he didn't charge for it or anything.
Now, the other thing you could do is the lame thing that
I wonder if anyone
sometimes just costs the money is the QuickBooks, which is good, but it is, if you're, I would say that you really need to be close to like $100,000 to make it sense to pay them their $60 a month. I mean, I don't think it's worth it unless you're at a certain level that you really need it.
And we don't have Microsoft programs on our computers either. We have Google.
No, Google
Docs.
Sheets. Google Docs.
And Google Sheets.
So if you get like a CSV, or if you get some sort of a spreadsheet file, upload the file to your Google Docs and then open it with Google Docs, and it will translate it so you can.
Yeah, that's what we do. We do Google Sheets.
It's fully compatible with Microsoft Office.
It looks like an Excel, but it's Google. But I totally know what you mean, because I went to like type up a letter and I was like, oh, there's no Microsoft Word on here. And then I was like, oh gosh.
Brandy!
Brandy, thank you. That's so sweet of you.
And Brandy super chatted us with a $10.
And look, it doesn't have a little thing to do a thumbs up on it. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
But
But it's got this eggplant who is super eggplant. That's awesome.
Brandy,
yeah,
that's so sweet of you.
like
Thank
it for some
you.
reason. I wonder why I can't like it.
I'm sorry. I am so yawny yawn today.
Get on board the yawn train. Choo choo.
Wait, what a lovely pair. LOL.
I try to make it positive. Consequences for eating green mustard. Well, you all know. I think that means
Green pea? What?
well, if it goes in one way, it comes out maybe a different way, or the same way. Way to rock, Brandy! Wait a minute. Did I give Brandy the applause and the horn? Because I was just looking for the see the 3 dots are here, but it won't let me leave a thing.
Oh, because
I don't know why. But here, in case I didn't do that, I just want to make sure. Oh, and that because this is back when Pokey activated. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Biff, actually, I was wrong on the Costco mustard. That was relish. Are you kidding me?
Huh?
Relish is always green. Did he just punk us? Biff just punked us. Oh. What's the best and easiest machine to use to clean scratches from CDs? Well, the best one is the one that James has, which is
quite a bit of money.
Like $2,000. I think it's called Azure Pro or some crap.
We have one that we got off from.
What's it called? It's called the.
I can go grab it.
It's a very no, you don't have to. It's a it's the most common one. I think it's about
like
$200.
a couple $100.
And it just the top opens and you put it in and it's got little sandy pads, so it works like the Azure. The Azure is just a little more automatic. So and I think it does 2 discs at once. But for $200 versus $2,000, you got to do if you don't have a ton of CDs, you don't own a store or something of CDs, you only have to do a couple hundred of them. This machine, we already paid for it when we did like the first 100 CDs. So that paid for the machine. And then I never did figure out how much it cost, but the juice that you put in there, you got to buy a lot of replaceable juices.
I feel like sometimes though you could sort of tell that it was run through the machine.
So do you want to use more juice to make it look more mirrored surface?
Yeah.
So that's the only difference is I wasn't doing the final step enough.
Oh.
Which is like, because it gives it all these really tiny scratches, and then it plays great, and it looks pretty good, except for if you go like this, it goes, wah, 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 wah. So you can actually do it another step.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was going to say, I feel like there was like 1 or 2 times I remember where the disc looked almost a little foggy, but you're saying had you done that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But if it's really foggy, that could have been bit rot. Depends.
What? Oh, weird. Oh, the Ote.
Primo Kimo channel squatter. That's right.
If you look up the Ote Mesa, I'm probably saying that wrong too.
Ote? Where
the
is
US
this?
Where you have the green highlighted, it's on your window right now, the bubble?
This one.
Yeah, it was
I found
already
it.
there.
Okay. Park for a minute, dropping row off. If you look up Otay Mesa, U.S.-Mexico border, that's exactly where we are right now. Okay, we're going to look it up.
Yeah.
Got to see what it looks like. We're going to decide if there's an Arby's there, we're going to let you stay.
Whoa.
Wait, what's it called? OT Mesa? OT? Occupational therapy program. I'm not looking up the right thing. Otay. Isn't that what Buckwheat said in Saturday Night Live? Otay.
Major Win smashed the like so that Pokey will get a sale. Oh, he totally needs one. Oh, he's so freaking cute. I can't stand it.
He is very cute.
And I love it when he folds himself in half.
Okay, wait. I'm looking at Otay. Otay. Oh, right above Tia Whiny. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It does. I mean, it actually looks pretty nice. I mean, it's a lot of cars.
Aside from the cement barriers.
We're getting a lot of different pictures.
Pretty.
We get a lot of different pictures coming up here. Huh. Yes. The Alto. Oh, my gosh. It's like a foreign country. Let's see what the climate is in Otay Mesa. It's semi-arid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And WTF, for some reason, things to know, and AI has filled this out. The Koppen, which looks like a German word, Koppen climate classification is BSK. So thank you. I'm not sure. It's mild winters and warm, almost rainless summers.
How long of a drive is that for
It's a great
them?
place if you're a piece of sand. It's a great place to go.
How often do you guys go over the border?
Oh, and does it have an Arby's? Because that would be the real sign of a proper town. Because Arby's are leaving. There's one in Chula Vista, in Otay Lakes Road in Chula Vista. So you're going to have to do a U-turn.
Dendicor said to Duggaroo, say hi to Buckwheat for me, Otay.
Otay.
Paul is saying that the boxed stuff being stored for me got delivered on Sunday. Life-size alien queen head.
You've got it back in your life.
Life-size killer
Killer
clown.
clown.
Life-size golem. Life-size monsters. You need to set
Are you
them
gonna
up.
Are you gonna have room?
Like,
But all your friends are back, so now you can play poker.
I just picture in Home Alone where Macaulay Culkin has the silhouette of the
Yes.
people.
And he
You
has
should
like the
do
people
that, and
on
then people will be like,
on
"What the
train.
heck? What is going on in there?"
He's got like a cutout on our. Didn't he have
Jovial.
Air Jordan like on the train flying around?
Jovial Dedicor, you is stupid. I thought the same thing when I read it. You spelled stupid the way Primo had on a license plate once. And then he wondered why we are getting pulled over.
Yeah, Josh is saying that the 1920s. I mean, so that's when in Germany where Bauhaus, that's the roots of all MCM
Ryan
design.
agrees with me.
About what?
MCM years, 45, late 60s.
Yeah, I mean, that's what most people do. But since I'm defining it and making the definition up, true modern design went into the 80s. It was the way they were designing things, the materials they were using, everything. And then the style distinctly changed.
Is it spitting snow?
So up into the 70s, they were still building pitched roof, Eichler, flat things. Then they got boxy again because of building styles. But definitely I could get way into it as far as the actual players in that. But Bauhaus was not just furniture design. It was how to manufacture the furniture that looked good for the masses.
Has
that was
anyone seen
stylish
The
and looked good.
Brutalist?
And then it also went into housing and developing towns and cities and road layouts and everything. So it was like a big deal. But then all the war stuff happened. And so we couldn't get to it. Started building products for housing for all the soldiers that were coming back and building tons and tons of housing. So they made plywood. Plywood was just invented. Do you realize what I'm saying?
And Charles and Ray Eames were making bent plywood chairs.
No. Evans Property Manufacturing was making it. But it was, that's the beginning of Herman Miller, where they made bent wood forms for furniture. They started with a used during the war wood formed leg splint. So it was ergonomic wood. So they developed
You're
a way
so
to
excited.
I know I am. They pressed the wood with steam and in a box, and they made like a thing that could go on your leg that you could apply when your leg got blown off in the middle of the war. Then you put on the splint and you could run back in a battle like Superman, except not really. But that's what it was for. So it was a great development. And the coolest thing I ever saw was they made a factory to make the bubbles for airplanes, the domes for. They made these domes made out of acrylic plastic. And this whole factory was there for that. So instead of making new airplanes with they repurposed all these domes. You'll see them in tons of mid-century houses from whatever's on Maine to California.
Interesting.
In entryways, different places where they have these like half dome bubbles. Those are actually from World War II aircraft. Thank you.
So Clean Out Deals was asking if James is still here. I don't know if James might still be listening. James, if
I
you're
would
still,
love to see that too, by the way.
if you're still in here, can you make a video on how you clean the scratches from all your discs? Your process would be very helpful.
Thank you very much for asking that. And that's one of the things, if I was thinking about it, I want to see that from James. I want to see those machines work and how he does that, because I don't have that machine. But I'd like to see how he incorporates that into his process.
Didn't it one time he say he doesn't do
Not
every
a lot of
disc?
them. Right.
And he just essentially just puts I think like a note in his listing saying that the disc may have scratches, but they are all guaranteed to play, right? I think he says that.
Okay, so vintage. How dare you, everybody using vintage? I think vintage has definitely been taken too far sometimes, but I think all we can do with vintage is it's 20 years.
Vintage is 20 years.
That's it. Just like antique is 100 years. That's all it means.
You know what drives me crazy, Matt, is when people call vintage retro.
Yeah,
And it's like, no, retro is a fake vintage item, or it's an item designed to look like a vintage item.
Retro is something that's looking backwards, but it's modern. So it's made now, but it's looks like maybe
and
a
I
little
think
bit
people
old.
do a disservice to themselves when they label something retro when it's really actually vintage.
Major
Because
wins.
they think it's interchangeable, and it's not.
Now see, Art Deco is another word that gets totally
Art Deco
misused.
is so nice.
But Art Deco is awesome, but it's very specific to the 1920s, maybe a tiny bit in the 30s, when you start to go Art Nouveau. And in California, almost all the Art Deco is technically Art Nouveau, which has like very classically designed, a lot of the same lines as the 1920s Art Deco, but you start to see more organic crap. California is so great because a lot of that movement called arts and crafts, which is I guess 1910s through the maybe 40s. I'm not sure arts and crafts what that was, but I think that was just West Coast, and they incorporated Art Deco and like real Deco stuff. You might actually be steam. What's it called? Well, you have the Art Deco like houses that are like rounded in the front, and then they've got round glass and the glass bricks, but they're very stylized, but they're not mid-century modern. And you probably call it Art Deco, but that's actually called steam something, like because it looks like a train.
And the 80s went through a phase of a revival of sort of like
The
Art
50s
Deco.
and the 20s.
Yeah. A lot of the 80s stuff has a Art Deco vibe to it.
And then the 50s. And the Lee Egg stereo chair, Biff, I've always wanted one right behind us here.
Don't.
That's what I wanted there.
Don't.
But they make me nauseous.
Oh.
I can't sit in those things. The second I get in one, I just immediately, the sound deadening and everything makes me ill. And it's the coolest chair ever. I wish I had a Lee West stereo chair with the tape deck in the back and the whole thing. And I can't because they make me get gross. I don't know why.
Callie Debs.
Ride like the wind.
Callie
to
Debs.
be free again.
Doug and Rose video that they did was a pre-recorded video. It was not a live
Such a
video.
long way to go, such a long way to make it to the border of Mexico.
They released it on
Doug
Friday.
and Rowe, ride like the wind, ride like the wind. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Thank you.
Ryan was saying, I just list out everything I've bought for my business, save the receipts, and give it to the tax man. LOL.
You just hand them the box, the shoe box. As you get older, Ryan, you will find people hate that. And I mean, whether or not you change that to like you'll, I
But
think
what about
eventu-
travel expenses
I remember
or gas?
doing that.
And
But then eventually you.
it is spitting snow. How dare you?
This is a family neighborhood.
This is supposed to be spring.
Demon snow, back to hell with you. Am I right?
Okay.
Anyway, don't be mad at Ryan because he hands the The guy has
No,
box of
if your
receipts.
tax guy is like
Will accept
cool
the box
with that,
of receipts?
do it.
It costs more though. I'm just telling you.
Oh yeah, it will usually because they're like, gosh dang it, dang it.
Microsoft Office license is only $7 a month, and it is officially not MCM at all. Thank you. I don't even pay for that because I don't like how they run their login to everything system. Microsoft, they went to a login. So it's like at some point they can just own all your stuff. So, but yeah, $7 works and you don't have to, but you can get it for free. You can use Google Docs. Major win has been taking ChatGPT Pro. Now, let me ask you, wasn't ChatGPT, didn't you have to sign up for ChatGPT Pro so you could use that thing that eBay was? It was like starts with an O. And it was supposedly, I can't remember now, my own report on that. But it was some sort of eBay was getting into bed with somebody for some sort of AI.
It was like a while back and I think, did John try it too? And he was saying how he could do bullet points with it. Now he uses Grok, but
no. That's just regular ChatGPT can do the bullet points.
Oh, okay.
This was
then I don't
something
know.
you had to subscribe to ChatGPT Pro for $200 a month to get access to use this AI feature, and it had something to do with reselling.
Oh,
and I can't remember what it was, but I wonder.
I've been using GPT just with stuff we're dealing with his father's death, and I'll just type in something and then I tweak it.
Real, but it's
I tweak it and stuff, but it's a good start. It's been very helpful.
It is pretty amazing, and we've been watching it for a couple of years. But I will tell you, so let me just go on a totally another tangent. Today we're watching something from this weekend, catching up on some of the mainstream stuff. 60 Minutes about the drones flying all over. Like, they've been here for a year. We're like, this is just so crazy. Obviously they know what they are. They don't, and who cares? Not the point. Point is that these drones, the governor, the general said, some are just commercial drones. They're all commercial drones. Some of them are just regular DJI drones, and some are the size of a car. And I'm like, the size of a car? What are you talking about? They don't even make drones that size. So then I remembered on the top of my head, I was like,
Casey Neistat.
Ding. Casey Neistat was at some point a few years back was snowboarding, and he had this drone that was pulling him. Someone was driving the drone, and he was snowboarding uphill with the drone pulling him. It was the most amazing thing.
And
ever.
at the end of the video, he is in the air flying with dangling from this drone.
Oh, we left
told
it
you.
on.
I told you. You said, "Oh, we're gonna live on the edge."
Who is it?
Yeah.
Who's calling
Told
me?
you.
I'm just gonna let it go. WTF?
We are so pro. We are so
I said
pro.
no one's going to call during the show.
But so Biff was saying I quit Daily Refinement once he started posting the Whatnot streams as YouTube content. Nobody with a life wants to watch that.
No. But wait, what was I saying? Wasn't I saying something? Casey Neistat. So I look at that. The video is 8 years old, people. It's almost vintage.
It's 8? No.
Years old.
I remember watching that.
Yes.
It does not seem like it was 8 years ago.
And at that time, the video sponsored by Samsung, a Korean company, there was no drone at that point that could carry a person, Casey Neistat, 160 pounds or something. So at that point, this drone has 8 propellers, and it was one of a kind at that point, built by Samsung 8 years ago. Can pull a person. That's when the first drone that could pull a person was. So what have they done now? Now they've got one that can drop a Yugo in your front yard, and you won't even know what happened. You're going to have a Yugo there. How did that get here? I don't know. But the point was, I don't really know the point. The point is,
well, you were looking at
crazy.
Biff's comment, and then you went about.
I'm just saying stuff's crazy.
Well, and then Casey Neistat's brother, Van Neistat, just came out with a video talking about how watching YouTube video podcast is actually a really good
Addicting.
way for him to like focus and get
addicting.
work done.
And and he did say for you ADHDers out there how, and I totally agree because I have multiple entertainments happening at any given time. And when there's so much happening outside of your head, that then the inside of my head is calmer and able to stay on point. Because my external, I'm being distracted by all these, like a podcast. Like if you're listening to somebody else talk, your inside your head doesn't have to talk. Because it's like me, I got to talk 24/7. So if I'm not doing it, somebody else has got to be doing it. Somebody's got to pick up the hard work. So I don't know why we're talking about him per se, but it was a good point that having external entertainment can help your internal brain be a little more calm.
Decor was saying that the
I am so full of little life
the
hacks
Microsoft
today.
license, Office license has gone up to $9.99. And then Jen was saying
Robbery, Biff Boffo.
Jen is saying that Elm Echo
Oh, I'm so itchy.
Elm Eco Pro 2 is what she uses. Elm Eco Pro 2.
What do you think that is? What are we referring to?
This is the something to keep track of.
Yeah,
or
that's what I'm wondering.
with the taxes and stuff.
No, it's a box.
Sorry.
It's
sorry.
shape.
Right. Oh, okay. The
Aren't you glad I check up
yes,
on you?
the cleaning desk.
It cleans
Okay,
desks.
thank you.
It is.
Thank you, Jen.
Holy crap! It's $1,900.
Okay. But
it's probably you put the disc in there and it comes out perfect, right?
I bet it does.
So with the $200 one, you've got 2 different pads and two
it
different
looks like
juices.
you
3 different
attach
juices.
the formulas to it.
Yeah, it's all auto. It's totally automatic.
Yeah, on ours you have to like squirt the crap on the disc.
But I mean, it depends on how many units you got to do. So if you're just going to be selling CDs from now till forever, as you know, I buy collections and then sell them. I'm not like necessarily looking for them, but I'll buy them.
And they have, it looks like they have shop now, maybe pay later at $171 a month. So,
but generally, I would say when I buy DVDs, when I buy anything, I always look at quality. So I'll pay 25 cents for stuff I don't check. Like I'll buy a whole bunch of CDs and I see a couple of Grateful Dead in there or something, and it costs me $5 and I get, 100 CDs or something like that. Yeah, I'll buy that and just take my chances, but that's a chance take. If I'm going to buy for resale, I will definitely want to buy collections of quality. So not only are the titles good, but the quality of the goods are good. Because generally speaking, that's what we sell on our stores.
but we have hundreds because we bought
We have hundreds, yeah.
that still need to be cleaned.
We
bought a whole bunch.
All
from,
mine from my kidhood, I still have because they need to be resurfaced. Most of them.
Paul was saying that
Are you
he
gonna
remembers.
yawn?
No, Paul was saying
you're
he
gonna
remembers when you did the unboxing of the disc cleaner, and it might have been a
yeah.
members live. It was, yeah.
right, I
And
did that.
we did like a few discs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was, and I used it then. That's pretty much when we used it. So we
Oh
haven't
wow,
gone back.
Jen got that machine that's $1,900. She got it for $800 on a Black Friday sale.
That's a good deal. Because imagine if you just go bloop and you can just walk away from it and then it comes out perfect. Ours, you got to like look at it and then go, oh, it needs a little more juice. Oh, you need the buffing wheel. You got to change it out.
It's not right. It's not like just press the button and you can walk away. You have
But
to.
it still does work.
Major win was saying Primo Kimo.
11,000!
Congrats! Wow, that's incredible. Wow, that's a lot of subs.
Yeah,
Thank you,
we're awesome.
everyone.
That's right. I think the reason why we have so many subs is because we're awesome. You're welcome. I don't like to pat myself on the back, so I have my wife do it. 1 million? I think eventually we'll get to 1 million.
Doug
I only need 100,000 though.
Gabriel probably won't be able to drop back in on the live, but we'll catch up later. Aloha all.
Keep
Well, if you're watching later, thank you so much again for the
we're so
super
behind.
chat.
It's never, it never ceases to impress me how tardy we can be.
Yeah.
With this whole thing. Paul Rose, apparently we are due for a heat wave in England. It should be hotter than Ibiza. Get out your banana hammock and turn on the and get a big purple drink with a full size umbrella in it, like a full size one. What?
Just keep going.
Okay, sorry. We got the meat sweats. That's a joke about Arby's. We're so far back. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez. Okay, hold on. I got it. Audio gone. Hopefully audio's back. So in listing what we had in the store, I came across a Viking glass American candle holder was sold in the 50-60 range. And we had it at $2.99 and it sat for 2.5 years. Is that the craziest thing?
It's psychological too. If somebody sees something too low of a price, they think it's maybe junk.
Yeah, or you weren't pulling in resellers. You just weren't pulling in people who with reselling knowledge. Is that possible? That you were end user facing. I guess I must.
Sorry, you guys. So we got a phone call. That's why this.
Oh, that's what happened. Yeah. So you didn't hear us when I was saying. So before the show started, we started a little bit late, like a minute late, and she said, she looked at her phone. She goes, "Your phone's not on Do Not Disturb."
Yes.
And I was like,
if I go to,
let it roll.
I can tell if his phone's on Do Not Disturb by if I pretend I'm sending him a text. It will tell me this person is in whatever.
So somebody
Do
actually
Not Disturb
called
mode.
When you get a stupid from me, it's a compliment.
So Clean Out Deals has another question. Has anyone ever purchased pallets of merchandise off of a website? And if so, what site did they use? I don't know if John from Flipping Ain't Easy.
John has shared a website. I don't know if it's his main one.
I know that sometimes
recently.
on his show, he'll be in the middle of trying to like put bids in on some online, I guess, auction site with
It may have been in his members or it may have been in his regular, but he definitely actually shared.
On Friday night, I think he was trying to win a pallet. Yeah. What? How is there snow?
Ew.
Anyhow.
It's not right. This is March 17th. This is the day of leprechauns and rainbows. We're not going to have a rainbow today, man.
Jovio says to Pyros, "You is double stupid." Mike was saying, I never put thought behind vintage and retro, just correct to date listings. Always listen and learn. Oh, great. Thanks. I'm glad that we said something.
And this is a personal bugaboo to me. So, but I think that in some stuff sets people off. And I try not to in my sales world, not in this mouth world. I don't mind setting people off in the mouth world. But in the buying world, you don't want to say anything annoying, and we will not buy something sometimes that says retro because we're so stupid, double stupid.
Well, and if retro is misused enough, though, it sort of becomes the norm.
Yes,
and people do end up literally thinking like using retro for vintage items. But anyhow, I'll try to keep it strictly. We don't ever use retro in any of our titles.
No, but it's a we're like elitist.
But and the younger generations may only think of things as retro too.
No,
so
I do. There is a place for it because there's a whole bunch of stuff. What do we used to describe as retro? So in the 1980s, there was not the Art Deco stuff, but the 1950s. The 1980s, look back at the 1950s, like all the music videos had pink Cadillacs, stuff like that in it. There was a big look back at the 50s from the 80s. And that could be called retro. And the products that were made in the 80s that were from the 50s, toys or whatever, those could be called retro because they're not the original thing. They're a retro remake.
And actually, now I think about it, there was one time we sold a dress. It was like from the early 2000s, but it was reminiscent of like a 1930s dress. So we did say retro.
You did. And
I
that
did
would
say
be
retro.
accurate.
Yes, because it was not
It
from
was
the 30s.
modern, but it was meant to
But it said retro
harken
1930s
back
dress.
to the hearkening. Matt uses grok to make
Nice.
a logo. What?
And is that like a paid subscription?
I don't think so.
Oh, Ryan has Chat GBT Plus. Okay.
Do you what's the thing that starts like Orpheum, something that does something? I don't know. I'm so annoyed at ADHD for the MCM business, and I haven't even watched his channel for over a year probably. For calling everything MCM. It's just not right. I'd like to get him on here.
Well, and it's unfortunate too, because I think we've all probably done this where we're listing something on eBay and we look at the comps and we sort by highest, and then we want to look at what they used in their title sort of as a starting point.
And jacked.
And then
it's like YouTube putting on the clickbait. It's like clickbaiting your eBay.
So, if somebody's using MCM or retro incorrectly, and somebody that is unfamiliar with the item and they're searching for title ideas,
remember the Bobs?
They're just
going to
repeat.
He's like, oh, I don't think you've been challenging him. Ooh, I'm going to get angry.
It's like this vicious cycle. It's like this domino effect, because we've seen it happen where like one person sold something with an incorrect adjective in their title or description in their title, and then it ends up being copied by somebody else, and then it's just like the next person copies it, the next person. It's like,
I had to go
you guys,
door
that's
to
all
door,
wrong.
wringing necks over this stuff, and it took a long time and half my fortune. John saying I use and actually pay like $8 a month for Grok 3. I had
it do a full evaluation of my channel. It essentially told me it was crap and I needed to get my act together. Wow. Oh my God. Can you imagine?
You paid $8 for that? I would have done that for free.
Wait, John, ask Grok to do an evaluation of Primo Kimo channel.
Don't do that, John. Yeah, you can do that if you want. You can spend your $8.
If it says yours is crap, ours would be sewage. I mean,
ours might be effluence. If they use the term effluence in there, don't tell me. What did they say on how did you remember that? That was so good.
What?
The sproculent. What did they say? He said the most complicated words.
I'm not. He didn't even say it. It was something like consumage fecalence or something, like for fecal matter. It's eat.
Yeah, eat S, but he said it because
he uses big words all the time, and his boss is like, "Stop using
Severance
big words."
Is a little torturous this season because it's so slow, but trippy as hell. But it is so good. We're not able to watch. We're not able to stay awake through a whole episode, which I don't think is a good thing to say about a show. But we're not ever dropping it. Gonna watch the whole thing.
It's because we can't stay up past 8 o'clock,
and in
we're
fact,
watching it after we work.
We're gonna go back and watch Devs.
Yes, Devs, DEVS. That was an awesome one.
Severance is so good.
Biff. Where are you, Biff?
Brock is brutally honest.
Oh, Paul was saying to Biff that ADHD Dave seems like a generally nice guy on his videos, but the number of times he messed up on orders out of stock, late dispatch on is like, yes.
It's a little act. I'm gonna get him on our show, and he and I are gonna take an hour. And we're going to try to talk me into painting this piece of trim right here. And that's what we are going to start a new series called ADH Done, where we finish things.
I think Dave he's definitely is a nice guy too.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's full of it. I'm saying he's laying it on thick. Let's just put it that way.
But I'm literally like,
he's laying on.
He's not on eBay right now, but I was always like, how is he not kicked off from eBay with all the mistakes he's saying he makes?
But here's the thing, sweetie. How much of our actual eBay experience are we sharing here? Like 2%, maybe. I mean, we share stuff, but there's a lot. Most of the stuff we don't share because we couldn't.
Oh wait, what were you saying?
I'm asking how much of our eBay experience do we truly share? So Dave looks like an idiot, but he's only showing 2% of what he does.
We made a mistake, and we had a little spat this morning.
It wasn't a spat. You were a big dummy, and I was awesome. Thank you. No spat. No, what we have here is we have a failure to communicate. No, what we have here is we've got Big Dog Primo, the guy who sells stuff, and then we have Lady Person who had a real job in the real world with like rules and stuff.
I just follow orders.
And I'm not a rule giver, and I'm not a rule follower.
He gave me a whole bunch of stuff and said, "Here, this is ready for you. I've tested it. It's ready for you to clean and photograph and draft." That is exactly what I did.
Okay,
one item.
I'm gonna have to do a thing.
No.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep telling. No, express yourself.
Nah, I don't want to get into it.
I
don't
do
want
a
to get
poll.
you upset.
I'm doing a poll.
No.
Yes.
That's awkward and uncomfortable. I don't like it.
That's what we got to do now. So keep telling the story.
So I did what I do, and since I knew that he had already tested some stuff and looked at everything, I figured he knew that something was missing screws. But in any case, I did my work. I cleaned it. I photographed it. I did a draft. And I said in the title so that he would see with asterisks, missing screws. And then I also put it in the condition, missing screws, because we have an agreement that I put in flaws I see in the description. Then he decides like how to reword it. Well, lo and behold, he kept that draft in the drafts forever because he's like, oh, we need to take care of this or get screws or blah, 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 blah. I'm not listing it. Well, guess what?
Okay, it's available.
It's sold. And I
Who
said to him,
would list?
I said, wait a second,
Who would list a video game without screws in it? That's my whole theory. Why are we listing stuff without screws in it? If you know there's no screws in it, why are you listing it? That's all.
Because you tested it and gave it to me and said it's
Everybody
ready for
vote.
you to do.
Vote
It's
for
ready.
Primo if you know what's good for you.
It's ready for you to do your stuff. And
This
I
is going to
did.
come out so 50-50.
And
Because we both.
And you guys, I put
But here's the bottom
red
line.
flags
Here's
in
the bottom
title,
line.
which means he overwrote what I wrote.
Fair.
I
Now,
literally
listen.
said missing screws.
Now, who's failed in this? Who failed? Who failed? I should have asked that question. Who failed? We both did. So she can argue that she's right all she wants till she's red in the face, but we both failed.
Yes,
So
it is.
It's irrelevant.
It's our business.
But she fights for it. She goes, I'm not wrong.
Yes.
And I'm like, you're totally wrong.
And then he pointed out to me that this is our business together. So whoever is at fault,
Don't be double
we
stupid.
both failed. And I was like, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
That is true.
So who is most righteous now? Now that you know the full spectrum, all I'm saying is, sweetheart, we both suck if this is what you want. And then we wasted a half hour talking about how, the end result is we both suck. We're both missing screws. That's the right answer. Should have been in there. Yeah. Axe Monkey. You're both missing screws.
Yes, we
That's the
are.
answer. That's the answer.
Legit.
Absolutely the right answer. So now we'll go back and look at this. And this doesn't even matter anymore because we're both out of our minds. But you won. You're the most righteous. Possibly because I'm too blown out right now. What happened to our...
Oh, yeah.
This got really bad. Oh, if you move around it...
See, this is what I experienced with taking photographs.
This is professionalism.
I moved the camera a centimeter to the left, and next thing you know, the color of the item is a totally different thing.
Oh, I see. Lag was calling in, so now he's
so
spying
funny.
on us.
Mike was saying, I still say eBay YouTubers need to implement weather and doomsday events on their channel. Tons of views.
It's true.
And money.
I mean, the problem growing these channels is that, John's not a clickbaiter. I'm not really technically either. But I know you have to do it to get ahead in YouTube, but I just can't. I can only super fake clickbait. Like, I'm the president or something. I can't actually clickbait.
Yeah, Ryan. Ryan was saying that he listens to video podcast almost all day long every day. Yep, him too. Although I find the live ones distracting.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Because I want to comment and stuff, but so I have to hold back so that I keep working. But that's why pre-recorded ones.
That's why we ruin everyone's day.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
they
know.
can't get anything.
It's true. Sorry, you guys, but yeah.
Lag has a drone that can drop payloads. Now, we have our drone. I just have, consumer drones, DJI. So right now, I had the big white one, the 4, Phantom 4. And then we upgraded
No,
to
we have
the
it's small now.
Air
It's even
3.
smaller.
It folds up and you put it in your bag. Like you can take it to Hawaii. It's a little less stable than the Phantom 4, but the Phantom 4 we actually had this little hook and it was for dropping pizza slices. Never actually did it, but we did have the automatic hook. It was only $10 on Amazon.com. Oh, look at that! And then Paul Rose is saying, "Can you drop me the pizza slices?" Because there's literally
he wants Pizza Hut meat feast.
Oh, meat feces. Yeah, that's the good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, John was saying, "Oh, Paul, I was referring to my not my eBay store. It was my critiquing my YouTube channel." Okay.
How long did it take, John, to look at your YouTube channel? Did it just look at the titles? Did it actually consume your imaging and everything to see how?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If it rated his as crap, like, what is it looking at?
It's looking at our bad lighting.
Right. Is it just looking at your stats, or is it taking into account your topic, your setting? Like, what is it using? Because we are subpar.
John would rather do things right or not at all. That's not how we do it over here. Thank you. So I'll focus on doing it right and better. Doing things better. I love doing things better. But if I'm gonna wait till I can do it right, it's never gonna happen.
John, you're so hard on yourself.
You are. I mean, this is especially the YouTube. I'm sorry, eBay in and of itself is a hard row to hoe. I'm just saying the eBay lifestyle is it's work. I mean, not everybody can do this. This is pretty hard. Not super hard, but like kind of hard. But there's a lot of rewards for it, and that's why we all do it, I think. And then YouTube, on the other hand, is like another whole. No, but there's no book. Well, there's probably a lot of books, but there's really no hand to hold your hand in either one of these fields, I think.
Well, it's
and
sort
I'd like
of
some
like
hand holding, but nobody because there aren't any.
Shit, what?
were you
My
gonna
brain
say?
just totally went blank. Trial and error. That's what I was trying to think of. Trial and error. That is what YouTube is, and eBay too.
It's a lot of trial and error, and that's not everybody has time for that. Thank goodness we have time.
Ryan was saying, I feel retro is like the 90s, 70s. Well, if it's a remake of something to make it look like it, anything that is meant to look like something from the past.
Retro is incorporating design elements from the past, but it's a modern product.
Yeah, like we sold an...
How dare you, Ryan?
We sold a phone that was made to look like a 1940s phone.
Yeah, it's retro.
And that was retro. It was made in modern times. It was completely retro. So, yes, we would say retro on that. But when it's... Yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah, she's had enough. Ryan, you've got her exasperated.
No.
Deco is like, that's why I have one video. My channel consists of one video, and that's the production level. That you do definitely unless you're a student of production, filmography and stuff, or filming and stuff. Unless you have black tennis shoes, and you were in the AV club when you were in school. This stuff is all new. It's all new to me. But the only way to do it then is just to go out there and do it. And I'm not paying somebody to teach me how to do it. I got to go fall in every single pothole myself. And I feel like that makes me a better lame YouTuber.
You just made me think of, black tennis shoes. And I was like, oh, like the nerds. And you just reminded me of, which I love nerds. I think nerds are cool. I mean, I'm nerds. I'm a nerd.
You're nerds. Yeah, a couple.
It made me think of, so on the show we watched, the Sunday show, there was a feature of a school in the Midwest that is about refurbishing, re-whatevering old cars.
Oh, Yeah, there was a little thing on. I'm not quite old enough to watch CBS Morning, but my mother, Penny Lane, who's in the chat sometimes, and my aunt
both told him about
yesterday. Both said go watch this show, and it was on CBS Morning Sunday mornings, and it was about this school in Kansas City that has a 4-year degree in restoring old cars. And this is one of my loves, is old cars. And specifically Mercedes. And they were restoring a Mercedes there. It was
these students you could just tell they're very consumed with it.
There's a chick with the nose ring, and she's like, I fix cars.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
And they're pretty much guaranteed a job in the field because
at a hot rod place
this
or
place is so prestigious in the industry of restoring cars, and that
we never give actual information, like the name of it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is.
It's like full on snowing now. Demon snowflakes.
Yes, thank you. WTF. Retro means that you take the inspiration from the past era, so a remake or new with a reference to the old.
I just
yes,
read that,
thank you.
I mean,
oh, you did? Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Like, look.
Now, what do we say here? I uploaded a screenshot of my analytics, and it basically said for a 26,000 channel, my views are very low, and it told me why. So I follow this advice, which means hell for stay. Oh, John, so that, okay. I also have very low views for, yes, it's lives. Lives are killers to our view numbers because they don't last. They become stale very, very quickly. So that's why some of your good videos are actual videos, right?
We've heard that from day one, that lives don't result in a lot of views after the live has aired.
I mean, I should have much closer to 1 million views if I had actual videos right now. And I only have like 300,000 or
we get views for maybe like what, 2 days after or something?
Like a week or so, really. But yeah, the bulk of people are looking to get in today or tomorrow or the next day.
Oh wow,
fresh content. And then when they started doing a new thing like a few months ago where they repost a live the next morning. So we end up getting, some people watch it that day. I don't know if it just disappears or what happens, but the next morning it reappears and you get another hit of people.
And the other thing that's really weird, and people had mentioned this before, and they were like, oh, try to get the bubbles, because it takes a while for the video to, what is it that YouTube does?
Oh, process.
So when we do a live, the live chat is not available until like hours or the next day.
It takes a while.
And so people are trying to watch our video replay, and they can't even follow the chat because the chat's not there. So now that we have the bubbles, I hope that helps. But okay, yeah, we got to read.
Still voted for spam.
Oh,
I voted for Pokey.
He is. I agree with you. Thank you, Ro.
Yeah, well, she got fired. I rehired her. I fired her, and she was like, well, you and what army? Essentially is what she said. Biff says, if the item sold without screws, then the screws didn't matter. But no, it didn't say that.
No,
she wasn't supposed to sell the one without screws because I don't know. It's not a big deal at all. But my reality was, in this business of ours, we can no longer be like protective of ourselves. We have to protect our business. So while she's trying to be defensive, I'm just saying, no, sweetheart, no. We all failed.
It wasn't sweetheart.
It wasn't quite sweetheart. But I have to solve this problem. The problem has to be solved. Whoever did it wrong, I still have to make this work, which I did.
So we need to go get screws.
No, I did it.
Oh, you did?
I took screws out of another one and put them in that one.
Oh, okay, good. No, Biff, the problem is that he took out the words no screws.
It was in drafts and it got confused. So I'm saying don't even put in items in drafts that are broken. No screws. Why would I ever list one with no screws?
We literally sell things for one thing that as parts or repair.
In the year 2000, I said.
We're not going down this road. We got to get through.
We're on the bumpy road to matrimony. Let's do it. I uploaded screenshots of analytics, so it just looked at your analytics, and it is right. I mean, at least it didn't you say you had 300? Did you say you had 300,000, or did I just say that?
300,000 what?
Oh no, he said for 26,000 subscriptions, views are very low. I wonder what your views are, because mine are so far away from 1 million I know Grok would say I suck. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't care.
You don't care. You really, really don't. It only matters to us that care. Use a wrong keyword and subsequently others use it. It's called the snowball effect.
Yes.
MCM, ADH Dave, it's your fault.
It is. And we've seen that happen with stuff that, we've looked on eBay to see what it sold for, and then we're like, oh no, they used the wrong term here. Oh God, look at all these people use the wrong term.
I remember what the thing is on ChatGPT Pro.
What?
It was something that you could enter in that could go buy you plane tickets or something. It was like an assistant. It was some sort of an assistant that could look through multiple videos.
No,
and you could ask
eBay.
it a question.
eBay was getting into that.
It was already there.
It's
but
like
eBay was using
it's a virtual
assistant
shopper, a virtual assistant.
But you could use it but that was just for eBay.
Right.
But it was available for other purposes where you could say, go watch 100 of these videos and tell me the answer to something. Like it was a processor. Like it could go process things and take complicated instruction.
We mentioned it like months ago.
I know. But that's what it is. I just remembered it was but eBay was using it as a virtual shopper of some sort. Which
eBay is now also... Oh, forget me trying to read.
Deco!
All right, we gotta hurry.
We still have to go to the warehouse and get books.
Come on, hurry up.
Okay. There's a word and a face.
Paul was saying that he had a manager who literally said, everything I say and do is right. He was wrong and a real a-hole.
Yeah. I'm not like that at all.
He couldn't understand why one night when the job needs to get done at the quitting time, no one offered to stay and help. Yeah.
That's right. Nobody stays. So what eBay YouTuber content gets a ton of views? I never watched the big name one.
Tech, I think.
eBay sucks. Rockstar Flipper, eBay sucks. Nicole State. Talk about all the nonsense that really doesn't help anybody resell. It just talks about gossip.
Tech and sports. And then Rally Roots.
They're not... Oh, you're just asking in general who gets tons of views? Oh, I thought you were saying from clickbait. From like who's clickbaity and gets tons of views. Yeah, Harry Tornado, all those people get like, oh, who's that one that gets
McPherson
like...
College. Amy, of course, would know. That's the car college.
Yep, in Kansas.
For restoring vehicles.
Tactical Z, aloha. We're not even here anymore.
I know, we gotta hurry up.
The show ended at 3. We're still somehow here.
Can newer tubers even capture the bigger name ones? I say no. You have to do something unique or offer a ton of value. Not sure if that's possible. I'll leave that up to you.
I am noticing because we've been alive for a certain amount of time. After a year, I didn't really notice anything, but after a year and 6 months, I am starting to notice some more consistency and more viewage.
And John's been saying now for a little while how his YouTube audience or the views have slowed. And we came in only a year ago doing eBay content.
Stale, let me in.
So, thank you. So for us, it's not like we're noticing anything because we've only been at the eBay stuff for a year.
YouTube.
Yeah, the eBay YouTube. It's sort of like eBay.
26 years selling on eBay.
Right, sort of like eBay. So the new people coming into eBay, they don't know what to complain about because we've been there for so long. Like we're like, why did this change?
About.
And they're just like, what do you mean? Oh, isn't this just the way it's always been?
Yeah, we know everything.
So that's how we react to YouTube because, you know.
And as we focus on
like
the final
SNL
comments,
skit. I can never wrap it up so that it sounds good.
From the bottom of our hearts, and speaking of snowballs, It really is full out snowing. It's son of a gun is. And it was
67 last night.
What's the temp right now? Is the temp even? Because this morning it was 56.
It's 30. Well, it's 36.
We get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then we go buy coffee because we're
The
just
people
like,
at our
we're tired.
grocery store are like, you guys are here like twice a
So
day. We're like,
weird.
yeah, we do, coffee in the morning, then we come back and get our dinner.
Because we don't have to think.
We do not.
We just go there.
We don't buy a lot of groceries ahead of time.
No, not at all. We're living in this modern world. They got a grocery store right there. Refrigeration.
Okay.
Can we go now?
We gotta hurry.
Okay. Thinking Primo might get screws in his stocking this year. Is this gonna? This is gonna be a thing.
That is so hilarious.
I'm into screws though. I mean, I don't think there's
Axe
anything wrong
Monkey
with
got a
it.
ka-ching.
The coolest thing in the world is a good screw. Is that wrong? Where are you, England? You can have 4 seasons in one day. Yeah, we're in New England.
Yeah, there you go, Paul. We are New England.
So how your guys came over in the Mayflower and they're like, yeah, this looks like that place that we just came from. Let's not even look for a place that's sunnier, warmer, better, whatever. Let's just stay right here and that's where we're at.
Oh, tiny
New
dog.
England.
Okay, you guys.
Watch this. I'll do one.
We're going.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, but I will scream aloha and see if that gets pokey because he's so cute.
But thank you for being here with us. We know that live videos can definitely interfere with getting work done. So thank you for spending your time with us. We appreciate you. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you. Thank you, Doug and Rose. Thank you. Thank you to all of our members. Thank you to all of the viewers. Thank you for people participating in chat. It helps keep the show entertaining.
It's time to get pokey started.
Yes, thank you for everyone that just watches.
Aloha, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on Wednesday, right?
Oh, wait. Hopefully we'll be able to get Josh.
FAAs tonight. Maybe Josh will be here on Wednesday. Have a great day.
We may have to do a different time on Wednesday, but we'll see.
Love you. Bye.
What are you
Bye.
waiting for? Christmas?